All right, let's start looking at variables. So when you have an equation or even just an expression, you have a couple different definitions that you need to know. So let's say we have this 5x plus 1. This is an expression because there's no equal sign. Any number that is in front of a letter is called a coefficient. The letter is called a variable, which is also sometimes referenced as your unknown. And then any number that's not attached to anything is called a constant because it's never going to change. No matter what you plug into this equation, that constant's never going to change because we're always adding 1. So we have a couple things that we're going to look at. We're going to look at some different words that we need to know, and then we're also going to look at evaluating. If you need a refresh on the key words, how to translate words into math equations or expressions, check out the notes page on the module for today. So let's practice doing that. So the first one that we have is 9 times a number. Often that number or the unknown is going to be written like that. So what we need to know is, what's times mean? Times means multiply. So 9 times a number. Remember in Algebra 1, we can just write them next to each other. If they're both numbers, you can put the second one in parentheses. But if it's a variable, you can just write them right next to each other. Let's look at another one. The next one, let's look at Joe had 8 less apples than double what Sue had. Okay, so Joe had 8 less apples. That means I'm going to be subtracting 8. 8 less than what Sue had. So Sue has some amount of apples and Joe has 8 less, but it's less than double what Sue had. Double means Sue had twice as much minus 8. So there's your expression. Now let's talk about evaluating. Evaluating is a little bit different. Evaluating, they're going to give you the expression, and then you're basically plugging and chugging. So you're plugging something in, chugging along till you get the answer. So let's look at this one. Now we're evaluating. You're going to be told that you have 4m minus 2mn, and then it's going to say if m equals 5 and n equals negative 2. So what we're doing is we're replacing the letters with those variables. So whenever we see an m, we're going to put this 5 in. So here's an m, here's an m. And then anytime we see an n, we're going to put this 2, negative 2 in. So now what do we have? We have 4 times m is 5 minus 2 times m is 5, n is negative 2. Now, always be very careful with your negative signs. 4 times 5 is 20, minus 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times negative 2 is negative 20. What do you do with a bam, bam, or minus, minus? Bam, bam. So 20 plus 20 is 40, and there's your answer. Let's try one more evaluating. Let's say we have 12 plus mn divided by 2 minus z. And we're going to be told that m is 7, n is 8, and z is negative. Actually, let's just make it positive. It'll be nice to you. Let's say z is 12. Let's go ahead and plug them in. So as we go through, we have 12 plus m is 7, n is 8, divide by 2, minus z is 12. So now let's go through this. Order of operations still applies. We have 12 plus multiply and divide. We go left to right. So we're going to simplify the top. 7 times 8 is 56. Go one step at a time here. Now we're going to divide. 56 divided by 2 would be 28. Now we can go from left to right. 12 plus 28, if I can keep my mouse here, would be 40 minus 12, which would be 28. So as you plug and chug, make sure you stay true to order of operations.